Every light worked. Good job, electrician. Well, what's up, guys? This is Daniel from Arms Family Homestead, and it's about time for another barn to shop build update. And you know what we've got going on with the barn, that we've put concrete in there. It's time for electricity. So the power company came out the other day and finished digging the ditch to go from the power pole all the way to the barn. And when they left, check out what they left me. We've got a meter, still at all zeros, but we're fixing to start on the electricity. Now, I'm not an electrician. I know almost nothing about electricity. I can fix a plumbing leak because I can find the leak. Electricity leaks, not so much. But I've got a friend coming out that knows a lot about electricity, and then we're gonna have an actual electrician come in and hook everything up, check everything out, inspect everything, make sure we're all good. But one thing I did was I went over to GP Rents and got a scissor lift so that we wouldn't have to be up on ladders, because we're gonna be hanging lights and running wires everywhere, and I wanted to be safe. So GP Rents has all kinds of different man lifts and scissor lifts and all kinds of different things, but this will be perfect in here in the shop. Since we've got concrete on the floor, he should be good to go. So I hear a truck pulling up right now. It's probably about time to get started, and yeah, hopefully by the end of the day we'll have some electricity in the barn. So we're not going to be going super fancy on the electricity. Basically, I've got our circuit panel here, our breaker box here. I'm going to put a 220 plug below that for probably a welder or something, and then eventually I'm going to build some workspace in here, maybe put a sink for cleaning fish or things. Got water coming in there, so we'll have some electricity. And then we're going to put basically like a 4-plug receptacle pretty much on every pole going around. And then we bought all LED lights, LED shop lights, so we'll have 2 on each truss, so we'll have 8 shop lights, a couple extra circuits. Anyways, got to get all this done because we're going to spray foam insulate the barn, so we want the electricity to be behind the spray foam. You're doing good, Tristan. You're doing good.
Well, this is my fault.
You learning from your mistakes?
This was my fault, not his.
Yeah, I'm just trainee.
Just a trainee, huh? Well, you're one step up from me. I'm not even training to do this.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm really not opposed to having an electrician in training here. Tristan just graduated high school and wants to be an electrician. So he found out we were wiring the barn. He said, I want to come help. Looks like I got booted out of the second position in the man lift. Because I don't have a clue what they're doing, honestly. I'm not an electrician. Tristan's not an electrician. Mitch is,
I'm not an electrician.
he's our best hope today.
And it's hot. Turn the air conditioner on.
Well, I think that's going to wrap up day one. We got a ton done this morning, but we're quitting early. I mean, it's like 12 o'clock because whenever you're done, Steve. As I was saying before Steve interrupted me, it's about 95 degrees outside, and in this uninsulated shop, it's even hotter. And then the guys are working on the lights. So once you get on that scissor lift and raise yourself up, it's 10 to 15 degrees hotter up there. It's over 100 degrees up on the ceiling right now. So we're gonna start again in the morning, but we got all the wire ran to all of the boxes for the plug-ins along the perimeter of the building. We got a couple of the lights wired in, kind of worked out our layout of where all the rest of the lights are gonna be. So we're gonna come back tomorrow, finish hooking up the rest of the lights. Got some outdoor lights that we need to get wires ran for. Probably let the electrician install those later. We're just gonna run the power to them. And switches, plug-ins. Hey, we're well underway. And as I said earlier, we're gonna have an electrician tie everything into the panel for us and do it the smart, safe way. But I just huge thank you to Mitch and Tristan. Tristan's just a kid that just graduated, one of Weston's friends that wants to be an electrician and wanted to learn. So I'm gonna pay him to help me work. And Mitch is just a good friend that knows a lot more about electricity than I do. But while we didn't have any power down here, I tried to hook the guys up as best I could. We don't have any electricity in the barn yet, but up there when they were working, it was super hot. So I said, I gotta figure out a way to get you guys a fan. And I haven't shown this at all, but Jackery sent us a portable power pack, a portable electric box, kind of like a backup power supply basically. But this is the Jackery Explorer 1000, and we were using it to power a fan for those guys, a couple batteries. And this is not a full-on review for that. I'm still testing that thing out, and we'll see how it does. We may have to do a little camping trip on the creek or something and see what all that thing will power. But anyways, we'll catch you back on here tomorrow morning and hopefully get all the rest of this wrapped up. I told you guys it was hot today. Our donkey poodles are melting. The girls are just laying next to the water bowls. So Rufus gets up there and splashes water out, and then the girls will come lay in the mud hole. It's kind of funny, really. Day 2 in the shop, getting all the lights wired up, and I'm still the gopher on the ground because Mitch got a new assistant today. I think it's going to be a while before he's a certified electrician, but you got to start somewhere, right? I think he thinks he's just the scissor lift driver today.
Big hill. Big hill.
You learned how to get one of them lights wired in yet? No? Well, I'm depending on you because I don't like electricity. Well, it didn't take long to lose our trusty assistant, but on a good note, it's not near as hot today. As you can see, and probably hear, the rain hit, which keeps it nice and cool in the barn, because yesterday we had to quit so early because the roof of this barn was probably 120 degrees. But all the lights are wired in. We don't have the plug-ins done yet and the switches done. The lights are up. So Mitch had a great idea. We're gonna test out our lights. We're just gonna kind of rig something up, but we're gonna use our Jackery portable power box here and cut the end off of an extension cord and hardwire it in, and then plug the other end into our Jackery unit so we can test our lights before we ever wire them into the breaker box over there.
Does it matter which one we plug into?
Nope. Man, looky there. Every light worked. Good job, electrician. Look at that. One little bitty portable Jackery portable power there. Powered all these. Of course, they're all LED. They don't take hardly any electricity, but hey, we've got lights in the barn for the first time. It's almost a shop. Check it out. Now, we do have some tidying up. Obviously, we've still got wires hanging down. Need to clamp all those up, fix all that, but we just wanted to test all the lights out, and there's really not any dark spots. I mean, the corners are even pretty well lit up.
Yeah, you did good.
So now that we actually have everything kind of roughed in, Mitch has went ahead and gone home. I'm so thankful to have a friend that knows a little bit about electricity. So we've got lights in here, at least temporarily. They all work. We don't have all the plugs wired up, but I've got one. I'll show you what we're doing.
Hey, you actually got two.
It's not hooked up yet though, Houston.
Well, you got me hooked up to you.
So we did a double plug at every box. So I put a box basically at every post in here, one on next to the door over there. But while I've got this scissor lift here from GP Rents, I've only got it for a couple of days. I am going to come back in and, like I said earlier, tie up all the wires. But, you know, you learn as you go, right? So on most of these lights, we just used the little wire hangers that I showed you before to hang them, and I just really don't like that at all. So obviously we waited too long. On the very last two lights, Mitch and I actually screwed the light directly into the truss, and it's just a lot cleaner, a lot prettier looking.
I got a question for you.
Okay, I'll try to answer
What happened to your finger?
I busted my knuckle. It happens when you're working. I know you wouldn't understand that. So anyways, I'm gonna get busy tying up all my wires and fixing all these fixtures that are just hanging. It just looks a lot neater, a lot cleaner with them screwed directly into the truss. But one step closer, we're one step closer to having all of our electrical work done in here. And I'm telling you, I shut the door a while ago and turned on all the lights, and it's really bright. It's really bright in here, and I love it. All right, well, I got all of the lights re-hung, if that makes sense. Took all those little flimsy clips off, screwed all the lights into the trusses, and got all the wires kind of tucked up where they're not gonna get snagged by anything. Put all the clamps on, got them all snugged down to a piece of steel. And it's bright in here. I don't know if you guys can tell. I'm very, very excited. After close to 5 years of no electricity in the barn, we're so close to having full power in here. Right now, like I said earlier, we're just running the lights off the little jackery, and they work. This is the main thing, they work. It's getting really hot in here right now. I've got to get on the ball and get a spray foam company scheduled and get out here to spray foam everything. But we've still got a little more electrical work to do. Just like I said, for the outdoor lights, we just kind of got the cable hanging here. We need to we're gonna have the electrician do the outdoor lights. And I know a lot of people are gonna say, don't use the MC cable, don't use it, don't use it, don't use the MC cable. It's easy. A lot of people say we should have ran conduit, hung the conduit, then ran the wire through the conduit. We use the MC cable when we spray foam. All the wires will be tucked into our purlins. Everything will be hidden. Spray foam over it. You'll never be able to see it. It's all shielded and protected. It's just how we decided to do it. Are there better ways of going about it? Are there cleaner, neater ways to hide some of those wires? Of course, absolutely there is, but this is going to work. And we got a lot of outlets, we got a lot of lights, and I'm so glad I didn't hire a professional electrician to do all of it, because I had two bids for a contract to do all of my power, and I think one was like right at $4,500 and the other one was pushing $6,000. And I've got about $2,500 or so in materials and all the wire, outlets, boxes, lights, all that stuff. So it saved us a ton of money by doing it ourselves. And I'm telling you what, could I have done it with just a ladder? Absolutely. But that right there, that scissor lift from GP Rents is a lifesaver. I've never used one of those. It's the first time I've ever even been on one was for this project. And oh my goodness. And the main reason I did was because the friend of mine that came out to help me, Mitch, which that's his ladder. Anyways, he just recently had back surgery, and I really did not want to. He said, well, we can do it from ladder, but I said, I know some people with the right equipment. So that came from GP Rents. If you're looking for any sort of rental equipment, you guys see me using Kubota skid steers and tractors and excavators and all that. But if they have a full line of rental equipment like this, and it's handy. So it's getting blistering hot again today. It was nice and cool this morning. The clouds came in and it rained for a little while. Not anymore. It's way too hot to be working in that shop. And today, you guys aren't seeing this on the 4th of July, but today is the 4th of July. And we've got a big family cookout to go to and big fireworks celebration and all that. So I've got to get all the rest of the chores done. Actually, I'm just going to turn the goats out. I've already fed all these crazy animals here. You know, the cool kids over here, my wife's animals, have all been fed. And the goats are just going to get out to graze if they want to. It's too hot right now, really. But anyway, so happy Independence Day. I hope you guys had a great 4th of July and that you didn't let the government cancel your Independence Day celebrations. There's been some serious funny memes on Facebook this week about people letting the government tell them they can't celebrate their independence from government. It's kind of... Anyways, guys, that's all I've got. We are so close to having full electricity in the barn to shop conversion. A lot of people have been saying, why are you calling it a shop now? It's your barn. Well, it was a barn with a dirt floor and no electricity and just for animals and storage. But we're turning it into a full-on workshop for whatever we want to do. So anyways, guys, that's all I've got for today. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. Y'all have a great day. And as always, we'll see you on the next video.